You're watching Camnet TV, not just another channel. Welcome to our news. The headlines. MAAMBO advises prophets against misleading Zambians with fake presidential outcome prophecies. ECZ cautions political parties against holding rallies in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. IG warns named political cadres against straying in other party programs as it breeds violence. In international news, several children killed in Russian school shooting. And in sports news, LEVY MWANAWASA Stadium to host World Cup qualifier. For the details, join me shortly after this break.
2021 has been described as a highly politically charged year. This is because every 5 years the country goes to the polls, and that 5 years elapses with only a few months remaining down to the ballot. The battlefield to appear on the ballot is becoming fertile. A lot of people are expressing interest of appearing on the ballot.
In all this, our interest is to put the duty bearers, the leaders, and those aspiring to task by asking the relevant questions.
If you're an aspiring candidate, be it councillor, mayor, or member of parliament, get in touch with us to get yourself on the verdict.
We go beyond speculation in dealing with policy and governance issues. The right questions are asked to help you make a verdict.
For more details, you can call us on 0962 965883, 0979 753010, or email us info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Join us on Camnet TV
every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 17:45 hours
on a new program dubbed The Verdict.
Remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel.
With the details, my name is Liseli Kanyanga Mubanga. The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has advised political parties to avoid conducting rallies as they can be super spreaders of COVID-19 as they attract a lot of people. ECZ Director Electoral Operations Royd Katongo says the Commission is recommending that political parties use alternative means of communication to reach out to the electorate. The August 12, 2021 general election campaigns kick off tomorrow, the 12th of May 2021, with 19 presidential candidates so far confirmed to be on the ballot. More in this report.
The campaign period for the forthcoming general elections will commence on 12 May until 11th August 2021. Meanwhile, the adoption of candidates is still ongoing as political parties have not yet concluded. The ruling Patriotic Front has so far announced some provinces. So far, 19 presidential candidates have confirmed to be on the ballot. And during a Tuesday stakeholders meeting on standard operating procedure of COVID-19 guidelines during the election, the big news was that the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, recommended that political parties refrain from holding political rallies as they are super spreaders of the COVID-19. ECZ Director Electoral Operations Royd Katongo advised political parties to use alternative means of communication to reach out to the electorates. Mr. Katongo, however, says political parties wishing to conduct rallies must follow COVID-19 guidelines.
The Electoral Committee spent a lot of time on this issue to ensure that appropriate interventions are put in place. So the first intervention, the campaign will commence, by the way, from the 12th of May, which is tomorrow, to the 11th of August. Campaigns are scheduled to commence 12th of May to 11th of August. So in terms of interventions, political parties and candidates to conduct all their activities in strict observance of the COVID-19 5 golden rules. Political parties and candidates will include COVID-19 awareness messages in their campaigns. Take note of this. Political parties are discouraged from holding rallies.
But is it possible for political parties to go to the polls without holding rallies, given the fact that even before the official campaign period is yet to be in effect, political parties have been conducting mass gatherings. Patrick Sako, Camnet News in Lusaka.
The Zambia Police Service has resolved to ensure a conducive environment for all political parties participating in the forthcoming elections. Inspector General of Police Kakoma Kanganja, however, notes that this cannot be possible if political players do not commit themselves to conduct peaceful political activities. He has since urged the leadership of all political parties at all levels to take a lead in preaching peace to their supporters. Mr. Kanganja has advised political parties to submit their campaign schedules to respective regulating officers without undue delay, so as to allow the police to come up with a consolidated plan of all expected political activities. He says this is with the view of avoiding clashes between political players as well as complaints of unfair treatment in the application of the Public Order Act. The police chief says unruly behavior and provocation will not be condoned, adding that pulling down, defacing or destroying other political parties' campaign materials is criminal and shall not be condoned. He says they will deploy a sufficient number of police officers to police elections and are assuring all stakeholders in the electoral process of their maximum protection. Zambia will, on the 12th of August 2021, go to the polls, and citizens will be exercising their democratic right of choosing leaders of their choice at various levels. Chikondi Foundation President Bishop John MAAMBO has advised clergymen against making fake prophecies on who will win the forthcoming general elections in an attempt to win favor with politicians. Bishop MAAMBO says democracy is the right of everyone, but the church has an extra responsibility to champion love and unity. He tells Camnet TV News that only God knows who will win the August 12th general elections, adding that attempts to influence the views of citizens on the forthcoming elections are ungodly.
We have heard the church pronouncing, taking position of God to say, you are the right one, anointed. You are going to win this election. That's ungodly. It's uncalled for. It's ugly. If you truly know the Bible, that I'm holy, you're supposed to know your line. Democracy is for everybody. But I think what we have here is compassion, love, and all that. Who knew that Sata would win? We did not know. He's the one that ushered this government. It was called all sorts of names. But people are serving him now. They are not even ashamed. And now they are saying, no, we need him to power. People like Sangwa are called names, Dow lawyer and so forth. Would you go to the university and later on teach constitutional law and still be called Dow? So I think our way of thinking in Zambia are misplaced all along.
A consortium of student unions from different institutions of higher learning in Lusaka have endorsed the candidature of President Edgar Lungu ahead of the August general elections. Speaking during the launch of what they term Student for ECL movement in Lusaka, Zambia National Student Union ZANASU President Stephen Kayankula says students have taken time to scrutinize the different manifestos and are satisfied with what the PF manifesto has to offer the higher education sector. Mr. Kayankula says promises by the PF to expand the students' loan scheme to private learning institutions is a step in the right direction, as it has inspired hope to the student populace in Zambia as opposed to offering free education. Details in this report.
In exactly 92 days, Zambia will be going to the polls, and the political atmosphere is getting more charged each day that draws close to August 2021. With some political parties having launched their manifestos, members of the public with interest to understand the vision of those aspiring to be in offices have already begun to scrutinize the manifestos. A consortium of student unions from different institutions of higher learning in Lusaka have launched what they term Students for ECL movement, which has endorsed the candidature of President Edgar Lungu ahead of this year's year's August 12th general elections. And speaking during the launch, Zambia National Students Union ZENASU President Stephen Kanyakula says the PF manifesto has touched the heart of the students as its policies on the education sector means well for the students in the country.
It is gratified that the President, through the 2021-2026 PF manifesto, is promising to expand the student growth scheme to include private universities. And we want to categorically state that he has our full support in this endeavor. I think as a student movement, this is what we've been fighting for, and it's gratifying when you know that somebody has get to our crack, because regardless of where you're coming from, it's important that as a student, you are able to benefit from the national cake, also be able to get this student loan. So to us, this is a plus.
Mr. Kanyakula adds that free education in a country like Zambia is not possible, hence those advocating for a free education are lying to the masses.
Free education was a perfect way to go at the time when Zambia just got its independence, and we had about 102 black Zambians with university education. I think by that time it was very difficult to go the free education way. In 2021, we must live with the reality that free things are not sustainable because someone somewhere has to pay for them. Currently, many public universities and colleges who we can say get free things are struggling to maintain their infrastructure or even pay salaries to workers despite the millions of funds government has given over years.
Other student leaders also joined the call to rally behind President Lungu, saying the proposal to introduce loans to private higher institutions of learning will enable many students attain quality education.
We are convinced that more Zambian citizens of education age, like ourselves, benefit greatly or will benefit greatly if government expanded the student loan schemes to all students in private and public universities.
I want to thank the youth of Manasa to open their eyes wide enough to see inside and out to make sure they make a right decision and they send the correct message to the public out there, because Zambia is depending upon the learned minds, the learned individuals of this country to be able to make a decision on their behalf.
We therefore ask you to talk to us to share the plans of His Excellency President Edgar Shakarum for the next 5 years towards education sector.
The contribution of students to the affairs of the nation cannot be overlooked, as they play a critical role to shaping the future of the country. Leaders are shaped from this institution, hence their voices also matter. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Governance, Election, Advocacy and Research Services GEARS Executive Director McDonald Chipenzi is disappointed with the growing culture of politics of tribal and regionalism. Mr. Chipenzi regrets that 56 years after independence, there are some politicians who continue advancing regional politics befitting the One Zambia, One Nation motto. Speaking to Camnet News, Mr. Chipenzi regrets that the levels of inequalities leave much to be desired, especially that Zambia is a Christian nation.
Today, we are accusing each other, we are denying each other, we are disempowering each other based on political affiliation, based on tribal affiliation, based on regional affiliation. That is not what independence wanted us to be. We should have looked, and we should always look at each other as human beings. That's why Kaunda had even brought humanism, a man-centered society, meaning that man is important, a human being is important than these affiliations. Before you become a president of a political party, a cadre of a political party, you are a Zambian. So why not treat every Zambian the same? So discrimination has actually increased. The crack of dividing this country is getting bigger and bigger. Soon it will start collecting water. And once it collects water, then the rock will break into pieces. So we look at the inequalities. the 1,800 politicians are enjoying more than the 17 million Zambians.
The Movement for Democratic Change has castigated newly readmitted Patriotic Front PF member Chishimba Kambwili for alleging that the Zambia We Want Alliance, joining the United Party for National Development Alliance, is a group of frustrated politicians. MDC Media Director Dambo Kawana says Mr. Kambwili is not the right person to start name-calling people, especially the MDC president, who has a proven record of working under two administrations. He has therefore advised Mr. Kambwili to debate on matters that will help change the face of PF, the Zambian people, and not name-calling. Mr. Kawana says the alliance is the only hope the Zambian people have to be liberated from the shackle of poverty to a prosperous country. More in this report.
Former National Democratic Congress leader, now Patriotic Front member Chishimba Kambwili on Monday at the court grounds alleged that the United Party for National Development Alliance, which on Sunday saw the Movement for Democratic Change and Lusaka lawyer Kelvin Fubewala join as a group of frustrated people which will not go anywhere. In a democracy like Zambia, political alliances are normal, especially when election dates approach. This is no different from the alliances formed between the ruling Patriotic Front and other parties, as well as the UPND and the Zambia We Want Alliance on Sunday. Mr. Kambwili, who was initially part of the UPND alliance before hitting a snag and rejoining the Patriotic Front, also advised unpopular presidential candidates not to waste their money by paying, as there was no wind of change in this country.
Their union is based on nothing but bitterness. Because I was not allowed to be PF president to Fidile Munsenga. Mr. Mutati, because I was fired as Minister of Finance to Fidile Munsenga. It doesn't work out that way. It doesn't work out that way. And I was so shocked. My older brother, Mr. Mutati, says, when Zambians sometimes are taken for a ride, says it's time to repair the economy. The man was Minister of Finance, for heaven's sake. What is he going to do that he didn't do?
But Movement for Democratic Change Media Director Tabo Kawana has expressed disappointment at Mr. Kambwili's sentiments, assuring the Zambian people that a team in the alliance means well for the Zambian people.
Growth in GDP is in 2017 when Mutati was Minister of Finance. That speaks volumes of what he did when he was minister. He was moved to Works and Supply, a ministry that was deemed to neither work nor supply. But even there, he showed the discipline, and the issue of abusing government facilities such as transport was curbed. That's who Mutati was as minister. We don't even want to talk about his stints at commerce, at energy during the MMD time. But what is your record as minister, Mr. Kambwili, in the PF government? Your entire record as minister is laid bare before the courts of law. That everything you did has turned out to be scandalous and accusation after another. You are in court, the other court has found you guilty and sentenced you, although you are on appeal, and the other court has also found you with a case to answer.
He has also advised Dr. Kambwili to focus on issues and not character assassination.
Let's do politics. Let's tell the people of Zambia what we want to come and do for them. You have a story to tell, and your story is out there for all to see. You were given an opportunity, and this is what you did. That's why you're in court. Mutati was given an opportunity, and the record is here like we have elaborated. And now, the combination of the three sons and many other progressive Zambians is a sure defeat blow that has been hit to PF. Watch KBF, watch Mutati, watch HH, and many other progressive Zambians as they come in the UPND alliance to form a formidable team that will move Zambia from the state of shackles of poverty that the PF has reduced us to a prosperous country.
As the campaign period opens this week, the Zambian people waits and see who is the best candidate depending on their manifesto. Sharon Kalimbola, Camnet News, Lusaka.
United National Independence Party UNIP Secretary General Lazarus Mwiche has sued Chilenji Kaunda and 9 others before the Lusaka High Court, seeking an order that will stop them from misrepresenting themselves as a UNIP fraction. In this matter, the plaintiff, who is Mr. Mwiche, has cited Chilenji Kaunda, Henry Muyuba, Alfred Banda, Manuel Ngambi, Njekwana Mela, John Sandwa, Francia Kaonga, Rosemary Banda, and others as defendants. Mr. Mwiche is seeking an order from the court restraining the defendants from interfering and obstructing the elected UNIP President Bishop Trevor Mwamba and members of the Central Committee from the official changes of office bearers at the Registrar of Societies. In a statement of claim filed before the Lusaka High Court, the plaintiff states that the party under the Chilenji Kaunda leadership illegally held office for periods ranging between 16 and 20 years without holding party congresses, thereby causing discontentment and frustrations in the general membership of the party. The plaintiff further wants the court to restrain the defendants from obstructing members of the party from participating or contesting at various levels of the presidential and general election, which will be held on the 12th of August 2021. In a related development, the Court of Appeal has stayed the injunction which was granted to National Democratic Congress NDC Secretary General Bridget Atanga, stopping Chishimba Kambwili and his agents from performing party functions. The ex-party injunction that was granted to Atanga has been stayed pending determination of the appeal. In this matter, Ndola High Court Judge Mary Mulanda has granted an ex-party order of interim injunction stopping former National Democratic Congress NDC party leader Chishimba Kambwili from masquerading as party president. Judge Mulanda ordered and directed Dr. Kambwili to restrain himself from performing party functions until full determination of the court. And Atanga dragged Kambwili to court, demanding the court to issue an injunction restraining him from masquerading as president or purporting to transact business in the name of the party. But according to an ex-party order to stay proceedings and commutal proceedings against Kambwili and 3 others, Justice Catherine Makungu stayed the proceedings pending determination of appeal. And Justice Makungu has further ordered that the matter shall be heard inter-party on the 2nd of June 2021. And still in the news, a self-proclaimed Patriotic Front PF National Commander Innocent Kalimanchi has indicated that he needs to first consult his family members before he can think of reconciling with the group of PF cadres who beat him up at the PF Secretariat recently. Speaking to journalists shortly after his court appearance, Kalimanchi explains that he cannot at the moment talk about his attackers without engaging his relatives. Meanwhile, Kalimanchi's case of uttering defamatory remarks against Home Affairs Minister Stephen Kampyongo, which was before Magistrate Felix Kauma, has been reallocated to another magistrate yet to be known. More in this report.
To him, he can only think about reconciliation with his fellow Patriotic Front youths after a thorough consultation meeting with his family and friends concerning how he was brutally assaulted on the 1st of May 2021 at the Patriotic Front Secretariat during the welcome back of former NDC leader Innocent Kalimanchi, a self-proclaimed Patriotic Front commander who was only released on Monday the 10th of May 2021 following his arrest in relation on what occurred at the Patriotic Front Secretariat, says for now he cannot give a comment over the matter.
We discuss from the family and then the rice and chakwa Zambia yaba muna abantu babangu baba abe ni foreigner abe ni nani abe ni nani tulokutanga Zambia ile so tetinkwate kwa kwande fesi ndande ngobe tubomana jena na family.
Earlier, Kalimashi appeared before Lusaka Magistrate Felix Kauma in a matter he is accused of uttering defamatory remarks against Home Affairs Minister Stephen Kampyongo. In this matter, Kalimashi is charged with 1 count of libel, which he denied. Allegations are that Kalimashi, on the 8th of November 2020, published defamatory matter affecting Home Affairs Minister Stephen Kampyongo on WhatsApp. Kalimashi alleged that President Edgar Lungu decided to drop one position from the Home Affairs Minister and gave it to Kelvin Sampa. Mr. Kampyongo got annoyed and sent Kalimashi to be saying bad things against Mr. Sampa. Kalimashi is also alleged to have accused the Home Affairs Minister of giving instruction to the police to deny him a police bond the time he was arrested for assault and gave a sack of sausage to Mr. Msonda, the criminal investigation officer. He also alleged that Mr. Kampyongo sent people to kill him whilst he was in Johannesburg on unknown dates. His case, which was coming up for commencement of trial Tuesday morning, was however reallocated to another court. Magistrate Kauma stated that he cannot proceed to handle the accused both case, hence sent one case for reallocation in the interest of justice. Last week, Friday, the 7th of May 2021, Kalimashi appeared before Magistrate Felix Kauma, where he pleaded not guilty to the offense of assault and criminal trespass with intent to annoy. Miriam Kaemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
We take our first set of commercials. To stay with us as we still have more interesting stories lined up for you.
At Master Signs, our services range from outdoor, indoor signage such as billboards, banners, 3D light boxes, pylons and neon signs. We are located at plot number 397A, Makeni Road, Lusaka, at Oryx Filling Station. For more details, call us on +260 967 100 090 or +260 966 999 981, or better still, email us at infomastersign@gmail.com. Master Sign, we will make it shine.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our Zesco units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda Electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962 642 490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
Every day for me means hard work. Going to sell my goods at the local market. To get more customers, I have my secret. Oracle Pure Glycerin. It's soft, smooth, and keeps my skin perfect. And my customers know it. Thank you, Oracle, for my perfect skin.
Making GoTV payments is easier than you think. But first, you have to log in. First of all, open the GoTV app, then select your country. Fill in your surname or cell phone number, and then your IUC number. That's it. You can log in. Welcome to your home page. Now click on Pay Now. Select Make a Payment. Next, you will be asked how much you wish to pay. You can do this by clicking on the space next to the kwacha sign and entering the desired amount. All the details of your payment, including account details and amount you are paying, will appear. Make sure everything is in order. Now click on the Ting button under Choose Payment option. When the Ting window pops up, click on OK and then Pay Now. Now, select Preferred Card Payment or Mobile Money option. When the Make a Payment window opens, click on the pink Pay Now button. Now, you simply authorize the payment by clicking on Send Prompt, which will send a prompt to your mobile number. Once you've received the prompt on your phone, simply enter the unique PIN and you are done. Go TV. Love it.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with the news. Christian Blind Mission Zambia Country Director Joseph Monsanje has charged that disability is a cause and consequence of poverty, which he says needs concerted efforts to overcome disability challenges. Speaking when he opened an annual partner finance workshop Tuesday morning, Mr. Monsanje notes that disability cannot be changed, but the environment in which people live in to make in conformity with the needs of persons with disabilities. He has since cited societal barriers that constitute attitudes, behaviors, decisions, and systematic barriers as some of the issues that stop persons with disability from fully enjoying their freedom. Mr. Monsanje has therefore called on government to fully apply laws promoting safe environments for persons with disabilities, such as the Disability Policy of 2015, among other international charters. More in this report.
As a country, Zambia has an estimated 1.4 million people with disabilities. Welcome, madam. And this constitutes to the 7.7% as reported in the National Disability Survey of 2015, using our current estimated population of 18.3 million people. Of this population, 48% is children under 15 years, and that constitutes a disability prevalence of about 4.4%, which is an estimated 386 or towards 400,000 children with disabilities in the country. As such, with this kind of figures in terms of disability, it calls on government and us stakeholders, various players, to deal with and apply ourselves fully to the issue of dealing with the disability issues. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the challenge to which CBM works globally and in Zambia. CBM works to attain an inclusive world in which persons with disabilities enjoy their full human rights and achieve their full potential. This is in line with the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, the Disability Policy which we have in Zambia of 2015, and the Zambia Disability Agents Act of 2012. So we've got all the instruments, the legal framework and the like. What is required is for us to be able to deal with these issues effectively so that we can be able to improve the lives of persons with disabilities and ensure that they enjoy their human rights as human beings. That means we are committed to improving the quality of life for persons with disabilities, and as a Christian organization, we wish also to address poverty, like I said earlier, as a cause and consequence of disability. And we work in partnership to create a just society for all. Ladies and gentlemen, key to our work is inclusion, like I mentioned earlier, to ensure that persons with disabilities are included in our work, in leadership and all community structures.
The Zambia Land Alliance is confident that when fully implemented, the national land policy will help to bring sanity in the administration of land in the country. The government has finally launched the national land policy, which seeks to bring sanity in the management and administration of both customary and state land. Minister of Lands and Natural Resources Jean Kapata said in Lusaka Tuesday that the land policy aims at finding solutions to land disputes and encroachments that have engulfed most settlements in the country. Ms. Kapata clarified that in relation to Section 3 of the Lands Act, Cap 184 of the laws of Zambia, non-Zambians are restricted on how they can own land in the country. And the Zambia Land Alliance Executive Director Patrick Musole is hopeful that there will be an improvement in land governance.
When that document is implemented, what we expect, we know that the key issues that we are expectant about. One, it is the documentation of customary land. As you may be aware, state land has titles, has other documents which show proof of ownership. When it comes to customary land, there are no serious documents that will prove that you own land. And now we are grateful through the lobby of ourselves and other organizations, provision of customary land holding certificates has been included in the draft land policy, which is being processed right now. When that is out, it means that if you have land on state land, or you own state land, you have a title. If you own customary land, you have what we call a customary land certificate, which will be proof of ownership that you own that land.
Ministry of Health has denied allegations that the country has run out of COVID-19 vaccines. Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Technical Service, Dr. Kennedy Malama, says the country procured about 228,000 vaccines and that only 85,858 people have so far been vaccinated. Dr. Malama, however, says it is wrong for any vaccination center to be closed over the weekend, citing that government wants all the vaccines to finish in the nearest possible time. He says the ministry will investigate why some centers are reported to be closing over the weekend and will provide feedback thereafter. And Dr. Malama says the country has in the last 24 hours recorded 40 new COVID-19 cases with 1 death.
The government has decided that all Zambians who are eligible should have access to the vaccine. Yes, we received the 228,000 vaccines. We have not run out. So far, we've given, as at today, using yesterday's figures, we've reached 85,858. Now, when you subtract that from the 228, you see that we still have vaccines in place. And also, there are some other options we are exploring. The uptake has been commendable. When you look at this, is a novel vaccine we are giving to our people. We've never ever given a vaccine for COVID-19. This is the first time. So when you put all the factors together, in 27 days, we are at 85,000 plus. I'm sure next week will be more than 90,000, starting going to 100,000. That's unprecedented.
Lusaka Mayor Mal Sampa has handed over 2 newly constructed George Police Post and Matero East Police Post extension to the community of Matero. The 2 projects were funded by the Constituency Development Fund. Speaking during the handover ceremony in Matero earlier today, the mayor urged Matero residents to work hand in hand with the men and women in uniform in order to assist in the reduction of crime. Mr. Sampa also emphasized on the need to guard the 2 police posts jealously by avoiding any form of vandalism to the new structures. The mayor further highlighted the significant roles the police play in the city as he addressed a crowd that gathered at George Police Post. The mayor also explained that the Lusaka City Council, in conjunction with the relevant authorities, are working tirelessly to ensure the safety and security in the city. He mentioned that he is certain that the new infrastructure will help in ensuring that more sanity prevails in Matero and the country at large.
idea. We are launching or handing over 2 police stations. This one in George, and from here we'll go and cut the ribbon at Matero East. So he said we don't do one thing, we come double. So today 2 police stations will be handed over in Matero. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2 projects were funded by CDF and constructed at a cost of 650,000 for George Police Post and 175,000 for Matero East Police Post Extension. The 2 contractors are SOAS General Dealers and Mofan Suppliers Limited, respectively. Distinguished guests, as you may be aware, the police are a body of officers representing the civil authority of government. They are typically responsible for maintaining public order and safety, enforcing the law, preventing, detecting, and investigating criminal activities. In short, in summary, they are responsible for Tie Ozakamba Kusogolo.
The National Action for Quality Education in Zambia, NACEZ, has expressed disappointment with the decision taken by the Ministry of General Education to suspend the newly launched Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics STEM education in Zambia. NACEZ Executive Director Aaron Chansa says what has happened to STEM education is a direct indictment on assertions that the Ministry of General Education systems are not fundamentally cohesive. Mr. Banda says it will be very difficult and confusing for STEM learners in grade 8 to start learning grade 8 content of the ordinary syllabus and at the same time prepare for final exams slated for next month. He has since appealed to the Ministry of General Education to quickly work on the identified lapses in the STEM education in order for academically talented pupils to continue undergoing STEM education.
We are extremely disturbed. We are troubled at the decision by the Ministry of General Education to suspend STEM education in the country. This is the kind of education that specially trained, academically talented young people in science, technology, engineering and mathematics. And because the ministry could not coordinate this kind of education, we are now seeing this education being suspended, ultimately disturbing our learners. For example, grade 9s who are supposed to write this kind of exam in term 3 will be forced now to begin to do the ordinary syllabus and also at the same time preparing for an exam. And we feel that this is unnecessary, it was avoidable, and going forward we want to advise the ministry, especially the incoming Minister of General Education, to embrace dialogue, because if the ministry embraced dialogue, the departments could have coordinated, and it's very sad that the ECZ was not informed about the curriculum and hence the council failing to prepare exams for STEM learners. So we are disappointed and we hope that this kind of thing will not repeat in the ministry.
We take another set of commercials. To stay with us as we still have international and sports news. Don't go away.
In this fast-paced era of industrial boom and population growth, there is need to invest in smart ways of managing electricity and water consumption and reducing utility billing costs associated with the postpaid billing system. At Savenda Electronics, we manufacture right here in Zambia different types of high-quality smart electricity and water meters to customer specifications. Savenda Electronics water and electricity meters help you monitor your usage and gives notifications such as low units, tampering, low battery, and many other features. These easy-to-use meters makes it easier to buy units even in these COVID times and top up just from the comfort of your space. Favorable contract terms are available to both electricity and water utilities. For more details, get in touch with us on the following numbers: 0956 580 349 or 0977 498 318. Savenda Electronics, the real deal.
It's your friends.
I insist.
Your drama.
So you think you can talk about my dad like that? You are in charge.
And intrigue.
Are you out for good or what? What do you want? Dare you say that to me, eh?
Your heroes. It's your moment with your stories. Made at home for your home. 'Cause great stories start on DSTV.
The much-awaited for Camnet conference is now scheduled for May 2021 with your hosts, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chiluba.
We have believed that every Zambian was born for greatness and that you and I can contribute to the development of this nation.
The big questions to ask are, can Zambia develop through agriculture? Can we produce indigenous Zambian millionaires? Plan not to miss this national conference on empowering Zambians through agriculture knowledge. Dates 28th to 29th May 2021. Time 0730 hours to 1630 hours. Venue the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill. Charges 950 kwacha. Lunch inclusive for both days. Payments through via mobile money on 0962 965 883. or 0979 753 010, or you can pay via Stanbic Bank account number 91 3000 1825 325. Speakers will be Professor Reda.
We need Zambia to be one of the best nations in Africa.
Professor Munkumba.
If you just listen to a lecture, you may remember hardly anything. In 2 weeks' time, it's all gone. If you read, you may remember 10% of what you've read. If you participate in a discussion, 50% retention of the knowledge. So I always tell people, knowledge is the only thing that when you share it, you don't lose it.
Professor Msongole.
Agriculture can actually solve our unemployment for our youth. Through exports, agricultural exports, we can also stabilize our foreign exchange.
Honorable Bob Chinga.
When you do a budget, you plan it so that all the sectors, especially those that will give you low-lying fruits, in other words, you can achieve a lot with it, are the first things you do first.
And biologist Kamweneshe.
If we came together and put our hands together and concentrate on the soil. The people in Kenya, these Swahili people say, Dongo ni mali, means soil, that's money.
Register your participation through Camnet lines. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with the news. In international news, at least 8 children and a teacher were killed in a shooting at a Russian school in the southwestern city of Kazan, local officials said. Rustam Minikhanov, governor of Tatarstan Republic, of which Kazan is the capital, said that 4 male and 3 female students had died in Tuesday's shooting. 2 children could be seen leaping from the 3rd floor of the 4-story school, number 175, as gunshots sounded in a video filmed by an onlooker that was circulated by RIA.
Developing story out of Russia this Tuesday. At least 8 people, most of them students, have been killed in a school shooting in the southwestern city of Kazan. At least 20 wounded as well. Local media reporting 1 suspect, a 19-year-old, has been arrested. Excuse me, witnesses have described hearing explosions as well. Such attacks are rare in Russia, but incidents have been rising, usually involving students.
There was 1 explosion, or maybe 2. There was a strong bang. We jumped up and thought it was a truck. Then we heard alarms and ran out.
Keeping an eye on this situation from our London broadcast centre is Andrew Simmons. Andrew, bring us up to date.
Well, this whole affair happened in Kazan, which is the capital of the Tatarstan region. It's about 725 kilometers from Moscow. Now, one person, a 19-year-old, it's said, attacked the school. Certainly he had 1 rifle and another gun. The scenes were really very dramatic, disturbing images playing out on social media. Two of the children jumped from the third floor of the four-story building, and we're getting a figure, an official figure, as you've already reported, of 8 dead. That's apparently 1 teacher and 7 children. They're obviously, from the images you can see, these children are young, and they were running in total panic. It would appear there was automatic gunfire. The 19-year-old has been arrested on the scene. He was apparently manhandled and held down. Now, on social media, he apparently announced this attack. Whether it was before or after is unclear, and a picture has been posted of an individual wearing a red mask, apparently with a phone. Whether that's him or not, it's unclear. As I say, social media reporting most of the facts, although Rustam Minikanov, the governor of this state, of this region, has been giving the information. Earlier, there were reports of 11 dead. It is likely that the casualty figure could rise.
And still in international news, a great task awaits the new governor for the North Kivu province in eastern DR Congo. General Dima Kogba Constant touched down at the Goma airport Monday. He has been expected in Goma for 5 days now, but finally landed at 1 p.m. local time. Mboyo reports that already residents want to see some concrete action. The new North Kivu governor said he would begin by getting a first-hand feel of the security situation in the region. General Kogba Constant wants to reach out to all to identify the causes of insecurity. The outgoing governor thanked the people of Goma for their support and urged locals to cooperate with the new governor to ensure lasting peace in the region.
An arduous task awaits the new governor for the North Kivu province in eastern DR Congo. General Ndima Kogba Constant touched down at the Goma airport Monday morning, and already residents want to see some concrete action. I think that the task awaiting him is great, which is why it is a task that requires the support of all. We talked about a month. I think it's a very short time. We're going to bring our support in the objective sense, and so that security is restored in North Kivu. The new North Kivu governor said he will begin by getting a first-hand feel of the security situation in the region. General Kogba Constant wants to reach out to all. I'll organize open days. I'll start with students. I will listen to all sectors of the population. I'll be told exactly what the solution is, because the war that we see cannot be only weapons. We must have a global approach. Politics, the support of our population, our armed forces, and the international community. The outgoing governor thanked the people of Goma for their support and urged locals to cooperate with the new governor to ensure lasting peace in the region.
We get into sports news. And in sports news, Zamfoot Sports reports that Ndola's Levy MWANAWASA Stadium will host Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier in September 2021 between Zambia and Tunisia. The Zamfoot crew understands Zambia will open their third World Cup qualifiers campaign against Mauritania away before hosting Tunisia in Ndola. In the next FIFA window in October 2021, the Chipolo Polo boys will play Equatorial Guinea in back-to-back matches to wind up match day 3 and 4 In November 2021, Zambia will travel to Tunisia in what could be a mouth-watering tie against the Carthage Eagles. Zambia will then host Mauritania in the final match. The Chipolopolo boys, together with Coach Mitchell and Andrew Kamanga-led FAS executive, will be hoping to redeem themselves after a disastrous Africa Cup of Nations campaign. Despite the AFCON being expanded to 24 countries, Zambia has failed to qualify for 2017, 2019 and 2021 successive editions. Zambia last qualified to AFCON in 2015. Well, that sports item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. MAAMBO advises prophets against misleading Zambians with fake presidential outcome prophecies. ECZ cautions political parties against holding rallies in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. IG warns named political cadres against straying in other parties' programs as it breeds violence. And in international news, several children killed in Russian school shooting. And in sports news, LEVY MWANAWASA Stadium to host World Cup qualifier. The Camnet verse of the day is coming from the book of Psalms 19:7-8, and it reads, "The instruction of the Lord is perfect, renewing one's life. The testimony of the Lord is trustworthy, making the inexperienced wise. The precepts of the Lord are right, making the heart glad. The command of the Lord is radiant, making the eyes light up." On behalf of the entire news production crew and myself, Liseli Kanyanga-Mubanga, thank you so much for watching Camnet TV News on Camnet TV, not just another channel.